Hi, so we've just finished about 3 days of global dry fasting. I think we've had hundreds and thousands of people around the world who came together as a community to do something which has been done for years and years and decades before. It's existed in almost every religion, from Jainism to Buddhism to Christianity to almost the Quran as well. And what we're doing is, this is nothing new. This is not a fad. This is something which people have done to look after their health, to reset their bodies, to help them, gain that peace in their mind. Because as most of you have seen, while you went through this fasting, obviously you would have had hunger cravings, you would have had thirst cravings, some of you nausea, some of you headaches, but most of you reported back feeling this sense of calm during the fast and after the fast. And that's why it goes back to religion, where you fast and you can meditate and pray better. Anyway, over and above all of that, there are a couple of points which I've collected from like thousands and thousands of emails and posts on Facebook of people's experience during the dry fast. Let's talk about the great stuff first. So it's unbelievable. I mean, there are some things which I had to read a couple of times, because I know the power of dry fasting. We've been working with this in Mexico. We've been working with this in countries across the world for the longest time, especially with terminally ill patients when there's nothing left that can work for them. I mean, fasting has always almost been therapeutic. So we've had people from Russia and Slovenia and Siberia and Czechoslovakia, Europe, the US, Australia, New Zealand, a couple of islands off the coast as well, send in their feedback, and it's been available. I mean, it's been amazing. I think the oldest person to do this fast was 98 years old from a village in Siberia, who said she's never felt better, after doing the fast, and she could walk around with more, energy and all of those things. And this is just 3 days. This is just 3 days of dry fasting. There are people who have had arthritic pain for 18 to 20 years, and they said during these 3 days, for the first time in 80 to 20 years, there was no pain at all, because obviously we know one of the effects is a reduction, an immediate reduction in inflammation. Now, a lot of people posted their happiness. They shared their happiness about the weight that they lost. Now, obviously, you are going to lose weight. You're actually even going to lose body fat when you're dry fasting. But I want to make this very, very clear. This is not a fad diet plan that you use to lose weight. Why you've lost weight is very, very simple. You've not fasted the entire day. You fasted for just 16 hours. But because toxins in your body get incinerated and flushed out of your system post the fast, that's one of the reasons why you start dropping body fat. Because I've always told you in all my previous videos that a toxic body is acidic. And no matter what you do when your body is acidic, it is impossible for you to lose weight. So it is very important to understand that the more toxic your body is, no matter how much you exercise, how well you eat, your body will struggle to lose weight. You lose a few kilos here and there, and then you hit a plateau. So the cleaner your body, number one, cravings fall down. It's unbelievable that so many people from India have now said that we thought we were addicted to our morning cup of tea and we couldn't do without it at all. People spoke about how they get a headache if they don't have their tea in the morning, how they can't pass a motion if they don't have their tea. But 3 days after dry fasting, people have even said that we don't need that tea anymore. So you see, a lot of it is in your mind. A lot of cravings that happen to us every single day happens from inside of our body. When we have the wrong environment in our body, when we have too much of the bad bacteria growing in our gut, all of these lead to cravings, because that bacteria, to continue growing, constantly needs food, and it needs sugar and salt and all of the rubbish to feed itself. And that's why we get these unbearable cravings throughout the day. And when we're mindful, we can deal with these cravings, but you can never use willpower to fight these cravings. You have to look inside of your body and change the environment, change the soil, and create a terrain that doesn't allow for so many cravings. So that's one of the reasons why we've seen so many people, their cravings have reduced completely after the plan. Even after stopping the dry fast, they just don't want to have their tea, they don't want to have their coffee. But that's not the purpose. The purpose of this is for you to understand that a clean body will not have cravings like this, will not require stimulants. Now, you may enjoy your tea and coffee. I'm not here to tell you to get off that. I'm here to tell you that if you're addicted to it and you need it as a stimulant to take you throughout your day, that's not natural. That means your body is fatigued if it needs a stimulant to get you through the day. But coming back to weight loss, this is not a fad diet program, and I would encourage each and every one of you not to use it as a fad to lose weight. You have to understand the bigger reason behind this is detoxification, is rejuvenation of your cells. It's the repair of your cells, the reduction of inflammation. And all of these things put together will help you lose weight in the long term. So people who are saying, oh, if I do this for 15 days, how many kilos of weight will I lose? Please rise beyond that thought process. It's not about that, and if you do it with the wrong intention, you will only harm yourself and you will get results that don't suit you. So your intention behind anything you do in life has to be aligned with positiveness, goodness, and reality. Now, coming to nausea and headaches, why did so many people feel nauseous and have headaches? You have to understand that this is an extreme detoxification. So when you're detoxifying, the toxins have to go somewhere. Where do they go? They enter your bloodstream. And because these toxins enter your bloodstream and later will pass out through, your lungs, your liver, your kidney, and your colon, eventually it's still in your bloodstream. Your body is going to react to whatever it is that's in your bloodstream. So it's going to react to toxins. The more toxic you are, the longer those headaches will stay, the more intense those headaches and migraines will be. You will feel nauseous because of the buildup of toxins in your blood, but you got to hang in there because it is going to pass out through your system at some point. So you have to see the people who are cleaner wouldn't have experienced anything during the dry fast. It would have been easy, a cakewalk right through with a few thirst and hunger pangs, and that's about it. But the more toxic you are, you will go through nausea and you will go through headaches and all of these things. Sometimes the bloating will increase, the acidity will increase because you're literally cleaning your body. If you're doing a dry fast expecting none of this to happen, unless you're really, really clean, that's when your expectation will be met. Other than that, everyone will go through something or the other. But you have to understand at the end of the fast, that's when you come out with this entirely clean, detoxified body. And that's why you keep doing this over and over again according to your lifestyle. Now, most people have said, can we make this a way of life? Can we continue doing it? What we have to understand and learn from this whole thing is that for the longest time, human beings have been eating more food than their bodies require. Okay? Yes, we talk about breakfast. That's what we study in nutrition school as well. And we tell people you have to have a breakfast. No one's looking at who really sponsors the curriculum of nutrition schools and medical schools. And you'll find a lot of the cereal companies and top food companies in the world sponsor most of the education and material that we learn. And that's why sometimes we got to use common sense and we got to rise beyond what we've learned and look outside of the box and see what suits our body. If I'm not hungry, genuinely not hungry, I don't eat. So people who require a breakfast because of the work that they do or their lifestyle or their body needs it should eat a breakfast. People who don't should respect the elimination cycle of the human body and eat when they are hungry next. It's an excuse that, if I don't eat every 2 hours, I'll get acidic. You're getting acidic because you have a poor digestive system. You're getting acidic because your digestive system is producing more acid than it should because you're not chewing your food, you're eating too fast, your gaps are over 5 hours, you're eating when you're stressed, you're eating spicy food, you're eating the wrong salts, the wrong sugar, and the wrong kinds of oil. So we got to look at that and not blame the human body for making you acidic. There is always a trigger that causes something for the human body to express itself in, which is called a symptom. So how often should I dry fast? It is entirely up to you. Some people have made this a lifestyle. Some people today, it's their 30th day of dry fasting. It's their way of life. During their building phase, they start off with a great meal, and in that 8 hours, they're eating sufficiently. They're drinking sufficient water, and they're extending the elimination cycle of their body, which is actually required in today's world with so much of pollution and contamination. The more toxins we put in, the longer the cycle of elimination. There have been people who have been living on one meal a day right now. Normal people like you and me. One meal a day, and they find it sufficient for their body. It's absolutely sufficient. But now you would say, what about water? Water is important. I talk about it in all my videos, and it is absolutely important, which is why in your building phase, that's when you have all of your water, and you don't force yourself to drink more water than required because you have a longer elimination phase. You have to understand that when you look at a balanced diet with nature, when you're eating your nuts, your seeds, your fruits, and raw vegetables, these contain water by themselves. So when you have 2 or 3 fruits in a day, you are getting a lot of water from those fruits as well. So there's a balance between just eating and chugging down water all of the time. So when it comes down to natural foods and wholesome foods, you are also getting water from the food that you eat. Now, a lot of you reported no stools and reduced urine output. That's obvious. If you put less water in, you have less urine output. And of course, you may not get your stool very, very easily. You will get it once your body is ready to pass out all of the toxic waste. But it's normal for you to skip a stool in that period of your dry fast. Absolutely normal. So you will see that this changes as you do more and more dry fasting. Your body will start adapting to an elimination cycle, and even that will become more uniform. So the building phase is extremely important. You want to eat all of your meals. Now, if you are trying to diet in the building phase while you dry fast, this diet becomes detrimental to your health. It's called the building phase because your body is looking for nutrition and energy. And if you decide to diet at this point, this entire thing becomes a fad for you and it'll actually harm you. You'll actually start having vitamin deficiencies, mineral deficiencies, low energy. You'll start getting more and more acidic. So you got to respect the science behind a dry fast. And when it's the building phase, you eat and you drink water sufficiently for your body type. And when it's your fasting phase, you do exactly what you've just done. The last point I wanted to talk about was exercise. Most of you reported unbelievable energy levels during this. Yes, you can exercise during a dry fast. Now, you've got to use common sense to decide what kind of exercise you do. If you're going to look at deadlifting heavy weight and bench pressing and doing extreme sports and heavy weight, obviously it doesn't make sense for you to do it during your dry fast, but you can do it during your building phase. You can do yoga, you can run, you can walk, you can do light exercise programs during your dry fast, including weightlifting if it's not extremely intensive for you. So listen to your body, look at your energy levels, look at your goals, and then decide if you want to work out during or after your dry fast. Now, if you're going to work out during your fast, plan your fast to end in such a way that within an hour, you would be able to replenish your body with all the food that you eat, which means your carbohydrates, your fats, and your protein. That's how it needs to be done. Everything with logic, everything using common sense. Okay? So, yep, I think I've covered all of the points that I wanted to. There was one more question that came. Do we need to detoxify our liver, our lung, our kidneys when we do dry fasts? You need to understand that the dry fast is an ultimate cleanse of the human body. We should never have to detox our lungs, our liver, our colon, and our kidneys unless we're living a very toxic life. So yes, if you have a problem in your liver that requires detoxification, we need to do it. If you have a problem in your lungs, we need to do it, and your colon. This is not a replacement. But technically, if you're living a healthy, clean life and you're fasting once in a way and helping your body reduce toxins from your body, there is no need to detoxify single organs in your body because your body has that much of intelligence and brilliance to do it on its own if we support the body with the right food, the right recovery, the right amount of exercise for circulation, and of course, the right mindset, the right amount of emotions and emotional detoxification as well. So we're going to keep doing these fasts over and over again because believe me, this is going to change the face of healthcare. Most of you have already realized that things that you could not achieve in years and years of suffering from pains and inflammation and so many other disorders now got in balance and corrected with dry fasting. So yes, you can make it a part of your life. Do it with the right intention. Do it the right way. Respect the science of the entire diet. Don't make this a fad diet and go around, telling people that, oh, I lost 5 kilos doing dry fasting. You don't want to set that example. You don't want to send that message out to our children, to the teenagers, and to older people as well. Use it as a way of healing your body. The human body was anyway inbuilt with a mechanism of fasting to repair itself. All we are doing is reopening that and using it. It's always existed, like so many other traditions and values which have now moved out of our system and replaced with quick fixes, things that the media makes pretty and fancy for us to use, and we've cut off using our common sense, and we've fallen slaves to whatever is sold to us. All we're doing is moving way back to things that worked then. There's no reason why it shouldn't work right now. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And loads of you are already continuing with dry fasting. Go ahead with it. Like I said, be mindful. Speak to your doctors if you have medical conditions. Do it the right way. You can continue with this as often as you want. It may just become a way of living for you. Older people, senior citizens, this would be one of the best things that you can ever do to feel better, to believe me, even anti-age, because the more stem cells you produce, the healthier you are going to be, the longer you're going to live with less suffering. And that's exactly what we want to do today. We want to focus on quantity of life with quality. But what's happening is there's quantity with suffering, and that's not the way we want to live. That's great money for all of the industries around us, but it is not a great quality of life for us. So we got to change that. Have a great day, everyone.